Hi there. In this video we are going to be taking a look at these solar fence lights from LeiDrail. First thing, thank you LeiDrail for sending this in. I have other LeiDrail products and honestly I've been really happy with them. So let's get into the box. They are partially disassembled, it seems, for packaging reasons, which makes sense. Presumably the support for the wall, the other support. This looks nice. Oh, so we even have the screws to attach them to the wall if we need to. Depends, you can put this onto a wall, in which case you need the green part, or directly onto a wood fence, in case which you will only use the black part, obviously. Always like their instructions, colored. So let's check them. Sorry about the noise of my daughters in the background. So we need to remove the protection to start them, and we need to rotate the light part on the... It's not actually the base, it's actually the top, but I will show you in a moment. You can see it has these channels, so we will be rotating this into the channels, something like that, to lock it in place. But obviously these need to go inside of the channel, and all four of them need to go in at the same time, and only then we rotate. But that will be done in a moment. For now, as you can see, the effect this thing creates even during the day, it's quite nice. So hopefully during the night it will be even nicer. So let's get back to this. If you need to contact them, quite simple here. Website right here. 3, you put in the screws, yep, and assemble the top on the base, because you don't assemble it until you have the base on the wall itself. Quite simple, as you can see here. It needs to be in direct sunlight for about 5 hours to get a full charge. And my wife calling me, so I'll get to her in a moment. If you want to subscribe to their YouTube channel and also to mine. Anyway, let's see. First thing, remove these. And we already have light, and you might be wondering why it's daylight outside. Well, the second you cover the panel, it will think it's night, because this is what it's using to figure out between day and night. When no sun hits the panel, it's night, and it starts to use the charge from the battery. When light or sun hits the panel, it creates a voltage which charges the battery, obviously. Let's take a look at the battery itself. What type do we have here? It's a 900 milliamp hour nickel metal hydride. Obviously you can replace this battery, as you could see, quite simple, and put in a more powerful one if you want, but keep in mind I don't think this will benefit from a more powerful one. Maybe a brand name battery would benefit a bit. That remains to be seen, maybe. But a more powerful one, not really, because the limiting factor is how much of a charge the solar panels on top can actually put into the battery. So think at the battery as a reservoir. even if you have a huge reservoir but you are just dripping water into it, you are not using that full reservoir. So somehow the size of the reservoir needs to be calibrated or similar to the input of the dripping water. So by the end of the sunlight on this thing, by the end of the day, the reservoir is full, or at least almost full. But if you have a bigger reservoir and you don't make it full, it doesn't help at all. So yeah, hope that made things clear. I will take them apart even further just to see what's inside. So be back in a second after I remove these 3 screws. And it's this simple. We have here the control board. If you want to see the name of it, that's it right there. And we have basically input from the solar panel, positive, negative, goes into this thing, and 2 connections to the battery. On it, a resistor, a coil, a charging circuitry, and a diode. And that's about it. So yeah, and to make sure water doesn't get into it, it doesn't have rubber seals or stuff like that. The edge, this one on the outside, just goes over the rest of it. And we also have this edge right here. So basically water will not flow upwards and water will not get into this thing through the top. And as you can see, the solar panel, camera focus, it's glued in place, so water cannot get in by going behind this thing, because we have glue in the middle. You can see it coming out through there. And the quality, even the quality of the mold for these parts, in my opinion, is quite okay. I was expecting them to look worse on the inside because it's not something that you see, but no, the molds are actually decent quality. So yeah, let's put this back together and presumably take them outside to charge, and yes, obviously assemble them. My daughter is helping me assemble them. So we need to put this keep this in place, don't let it fall down. But even if it falls, that means absolutely nothing because it's not glued in place. Align all of this all around, and then we need to rotate this, but with one hand I cannot do it, so be back in a second. Ta-da! Assembled, and now my daughter is already pre-assembling the second one. Okay, and now we simply slide this thing in here, and voila, we are done. Yes, I'm not attaching them to the wall at this point because I want to attach them to a fence that's not even built yet. So I will put them to charge onto something and see how they look at night, because again I don't have the thing that I need to attach them to yet. Forgot to show you the specs, so we can find them here. Okay, so this is how they look at night, and honestly I just love the way they put these little reflections on the wall. I just, with 2 planks, I simulated a fence or something that you might have on your wall, on your terrace or something like that. But this is beautiful, honestly. I really like them. You can see the light shining in there. They are like little crystals all over. Really nice mood. So quite happy with them. We will see how much they last over time, but for the moment I don't see any reason why they wouldn't last. Worst case, we will upgrade the batteries, but overall these things really nice. So hope this video helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye.